the latest write-off from a former royal known as Prince Harry. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you're well today. Let's have a big wave today. Yes, come on. You know we can do it. By the way, this is your exercise. But by the way, I don't know if you saw that story in the press where apparently over here in the United Kingdom at least, very soon you'll be able to get antibiotics prescribed at the pharmacy. You know, at this rate, you'll be the doctor yourself, won't you? I don't know about you, but I love going to the doctor. And when you tell him what you think's wrong with you, he said, I hope you haven't been looking on the web. And you think, well, that's what you're doing. You're sitting in the chair, they're looking at the web, aren't they? Looking at Google. You know, in the old days, they did a bit of training. Nowadays, you kind of wonder if you could put a white coat on and do a shift yourself just to help out at the pharmacy. It's getting that ridiculous, isn't it? It's just madness, isn't it? Where are we going in this mad, mad world? Hopefully staying with me here on this wonderful channel that we've all created. Truly grateful to see so many more people joining us on this madcap journey as we bring you the news that matters to you. But of course, more importantly, the things that make us giggle on a daily basis. You agree, don't you? I know. I can see you agree. Well, put the biscuit down then and nod your head. Yes. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. It didn't take long, really, in this particular thing. I knew it wouldn't take long, you know. I worked in the world of publishing, very, very cutthroat. And it's interesting to note now that Prince Harry, who did enjoy a major best-selling book with his autobiography, would you call it a biography? I'm not quite sure. Random Notes, collection of thoughts, whatever you want to call it. That became a big seller for Penguin Random House. But what is interesting now is, as we all know at the time, he didn't necessarily write the book. I love the way they say, when you wrote the book, you think, no, you didn't. You just told it to someone, or indeed said it into a dictaphone and gave them the tape. But now what's interesting, I find, is that the ghostwriter, affectionately known as JR, paid a lot of money as, well, you know, been leaking secrets. Ooh, not going to go down well, is it? This is basically because he was speaking to a newspaper, I think the New Yorker, and he was basically saying how he had quite a few arguments with the former royal known as Prince Harry during the putting together of the book. Quite serious arguments about what should be included and what shouldn't. You see, JR is a respected author, whichever way you look at him, and would have known what looked good and what didn't look good, and obviously was trying to help the prince, but you know, as we now know, is unhelpable and wanted his version of events out. What's interesting now, though, is it's cooling. Oh yes. And by that, I mean cooling to a great degree. See, the bottom line is, with Prince Harry, you're not really allowed, alongside Meghan Markle, to disagree with him, as we've seen on many different occasions. And now, you see, as the next phase of the book goes into, because it's coming out, I believe, early next year, the paperback, they're going to be doing new editions, no doubt featuring his short stint at the coronation. Oh, yes. I can see that looming. But the bottom line is, will it be with JR? You see, Harry does have the option to pick up someone else to tell his stories too. Now, I'm not suggesting for one moment that JR is going to be fired or removed or whatever. But according to a very good source who I know incredibly well at that particular publishing company, it didn't go down well, as you can imagine, with Prince Harry, because he didn't want people to know that he was arguing. He was simply wanting his version of events, his story, to come out. Well, it did. It was very successful. But now the true talent behind that story, JR, is the bottom line. He's the person, isn't he, writing the story. So you can understand how things are really confusing. But now in the world of publishing and appeasing the author, in this case, Prince Harry, because without his story, they don't have anything to sell, someone could be chopped on the altar, as it were, of publishing. I'll leave it there for now. Unless JR zips it, he could find himself, as many people have previously, and that phrase we all love, being markled. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.